Hi, I'm Hannah, and I'm an architect and designer, and today I'm ranking 10 terrible luxury bathroom ideas. Some of these luxury bathroom ideas are stunning, and some of them are completely unhinged, or even downright tacky. I'm going to explain why these ideas are terrible. Sometimes it's functional reasons, sometimes it's just ugly, and other times it's just because you're not going to use it. But all of these in the right home could be a great idea. I'm ranking from a D tier, why would anyone do this, to a S tier, perfection. And yes, one of these terribly questionable ideas does achieve S tier, at least for me. These are just my opinions and not advice on what you should do in your luxury bathroom. With that, let's get to the first idea. Number 1, gold everywhere. All right, the all gold bathroom. Gold faucets, gold mirrors, gold hardware on every surface. And yes, there is literally a functional solid gold toilet that's sold for $12 million. So people are serious about their gold bathrooms. Now, gold fixtures can be absolutely beautiful, but when everything is gold, it screams ostentatious and tacky. First, it's a lot visually. Your eye doesn't know where to focus. What should be an elegant accent becomes overwhelming, and it can actually start to look less expensive than what it is because there's just too much of it. Gold finishes also show every water spot and fingerprint. You're looking at constant upkeep. Plus, lower quality gold finishes can wear off over time, especially in high use spots, leaving you with uneven, patchy areas. And gold is super expensive. This is a bathroom at the Hyatt Paris, and these are literal 24 karat gold tiles. I don't even want to know how much this costs. Okay, I do. These 24 karat gold tiles are $332 per square foot. Over an entire bathroom, that adds up fast. The better approach? Don't make everything gold. This picture from a restaurant in London pairs the gold wallpaper with a dark marble sink. Or this bathroom by Jane Hallworth has a gold tub faucet. Gold works best as the jewelry of your bathroom, not the whole outfit. A few well-chosen pieces make a much stronger statement. I'm giving all gold bathrooms a C tier. I think they make a statement, which is why they aren't a D tier for me, but they're ultimately a waste of money, and I think they're not as interesting as a bathroom that uses multiple luxury materials. Number 2, TV in the bathroom. Because apparently we've reached a point where we can't even shower without binge watching Netflix. Look, I get the appeal. Long soaks in the tub, watching your favorite show, living your best spa life. But let's talk about why this is usually a bad idea. Bathrooms are humid, especially near your shower or bathtub. Even with bathroom-rated TVs, you're fighting constant moisture that fogs screens, gets into vents, and kills electronics way faster than normal. That $2,000 TV might last you 3 years instead of 10. And where are you even putting it? Across from the toilet? Weird. Above the tub? Hope you like neck pain. The viewing angles in most bathrooms are terrible because apparently people have no clue where to put a bathroom TV. Plus, do you really need more screen time? Your bathroom is one place where you should actually just disconnect and relax. And I can't go on without mentioning that TVs in the bathroom honestly look tacky and they're bad feng shui. If you must have a TV, get a smaller, actually waterproof model, install it in a well-ventilated spot, and please, please, hide behind some sliding pocket doors or in some fancy cabinet. Or here's a crazy idea. Just bring a tablet or your phone and get a bathtub tray. Save yourself thousands and your TV will last longer in literally any other room. I'm giving this a D tier because not only is it ugly, but it's also impractical. Next up, stone. No good luxury bathroom is complete without stone. But when I see these 3 things, it makes me cringe. First, backlit onyx. Why is it terrible? Onyx is an expensive natural stone that is translucent, which means it lets light through. So we put lights behind it and we get a beautiful backlit effect. The material is absolutely gorgeous, I'm not gonna lie. This is a material that I see a lot in bars and restaurants, but someone thought it was a good idea to also put it in their luxury shower. Whenever I see it used in a bathroom, to me, it's the equivalent of the painted feature wall. I see it paired with lots of busy, cool-toned marble when it would look much better paired with a simpler, warmer tile. Also, while onyx is a little more resistant to scratches and stains than marble, you do still need to seal it. Plus, those LEDs behind it, when they burn out, and they will, you're not just changing a bulb. You might be taking apart the whole installation. Now this is from the rapper T.I.'s house, and he has what looks to be a backlit onyx on the back wall of his shower room. Honestly, it just doesn't look good with his cool tone patterned bathroom floor. And honestly, I really want to go into a full critique of the rest of what's going on here, but I'm gonna save it. Now, if you are going to do backlit onyx, I would first make sure to coordinate the color tones with the rest of the tile in the space. Even in this bathroom, I'd choose a simpler floor and wall tile to let the onyx shine. Or you could do a pretty patterned natural stone without any backlighting. Anyways, for me, backlit onyx is C tier because it's almost impossible to execute it well, and I do think it is better suited for restaurants and bars. Next, crazy high contrast patterned marble everywhere. Okay, this is what happens when someone discovers luxury marble and decides, why have one statement wall when I can have statement everything? We're talking dramatic veining on the floors, the walls, the shower, Calicut viola, book-matched slabs, wild patterns colliding from every direction. It's like a marble showroom exploded. And visually, it's exhausting. Your eye doesn't know where to look. There's no place to rest. It's like trying to relax in a kaleidoscope. That pattern that looks stunning on one wall, on 6 walls, it is a headache. Plus, marble is high maintenance. It stains and it etches from soap and shampoo, and it needs constant sealing. Now multiply that by your entire bathroom. Hope you like being a full-time marble babysitter. Here's the move. Pick 1 or 2 surfaces or areas for your statement marble. Maybe the shower, maybe the floor. Then balance it with simple, neutral surfaces everywhere else. Or if you do have to do every surface in marble, maybe just tone down the pattern. Let your marble be the star, not the entire ensemble cast. Marble is gorgeous. Marble everywhere is a migraine with a 6-figure price tag. I'm giving crazy marble everywhere a D tier because it is visually abhorrent and a pain in the you-know-what to clean. Now, stone everything. This is pretty similar to the last one, but it's less about the pattern and more about the extent of all the stone. Welcome to the bathroom that's basically a high-end cave. Stone walls, stone ceiling, stone floors, custom stone bathtub carved from a single boulder, stone benches, stone vanities, stone lights. If it exists in this room, it's stone. Fred Flintstone would feel right at home. A stone accent wall? Beautiful. A stone floor? Classic. But when you commit to stone on literally every single surface, things get complicated fast. First, weight. We're talking tons of literal weight. Stone ceilings, benches, and tubs do need serious structural support. A custom carved stone tub can weigh over 2,000 pounds. Your floor joists better be ready for that, or you're looking at major reinforcement costs. Second, stone everywhere makes your bathroom cold, loud, and echoey. Every sound bounces off hard surfaces. That stone bench feels like sitting on a frozen park bench. Even if your stone floors have in-floor heating, your stone walls are still going to feel cold to the touch. And the cost is insane. Custom stone tubs start at $10,000 and can hit $50,000. Stone wall cladding, ceiling treatments, you're easily looking at 6 figures. Smarter move, use stone where it makes sense. Stone floors with heating, a stone vanity top, maybe stone shower walls. Mix in some warm wood and soft textiles for balance. Please don't go Fred Flintstone on your bathroom. Variety makes luxury actually livable. I'm giving all stone a C tier because I think the right stone can be beautiful, and I do think you can warm it up with some rugs. Number 6, sitting areas. You know you've reached luxury status when we practically got a living room inside the bathroom. Chairs, ottomans, maybe a chaise lounge situation. Because why just use your bathroom? I mean, you can also sit in it. Okay, real talk. When are you actually using this? You're not reading a book 3 feet from your toilet. You're not having coffee while someone else showers. This isn't the hangout spot you think it is. Here's the problem. Furniture and bathrooms are enemies. All that steam and humidity, it's destroying that upholstery, warping wood frames, creating mildew in cushions. When you sit your wet booty on the chair, you're going to get a nice water stain. That $3,000 velvet chair is going to smell like a wet dog in 6 months. Plus, you're sacrificing actual bathroom space, storage, counter space, a bigger shower, a bigger closet. For furniture, you'll maybe use twice a year when you're getting ready for a wedding. And let's be honest, a sitting area in a bathroom is just code for, I have too much money and not enough ideas. If you want somewhere to sit while getting ready, just get a small vanity stool or a teak wooden chair. Functional, takes up way less space, and it won't get destroyed by moisture. Save the sitting area for your bedroom or closet. Your bathroom has enough jobs already. Now, even though the sitting areas bother me, because they feel like a waste of space, I'm actually going to put this as B tier. Because it's not your fault if your house was built too big and you just need to fill the space, right? Number 7, body jets and waterfall shower heads. All right, this is where luxury showers go absolutely insane. We're talking body jets shooting water at you from every angle, rainfall shower heads the size of dinner plates, and these massive waterfall fixtures that look like something from a spa. Oh yeah, and 2 normal shower heads because you always have to shower with your partner. Sounds amazing, right? Here's the problem. You need serious water pressure to run all of this at once. Most homes, they can't handle it. So you're standing there with sad little dribbles coming from 6 different directions, instead of the power wash experience you paid for. And installing this setup, we're talking $15,000 to $30,000 minimum. You'll need to upgrade your plumbing, your water heater needs to be massive, and good luck if anything breaks, because now you've got 12 different spray heads that can leak or clog. Plus, even if you get the water pressure right, you're probably not going to use them more than a few times. I searched a few forums and question and answers, and the consensus is that they're cool at first, but that most people regret them due to how little they use them. Honestly, one really good shower head with a handheld spray will work fine. But if you are going to do body jets, you can probably get by with 2. Anything more is just expensive chaos. I'm giving water features and water jets a B tier because I don't think you're going to use them very much, but I do think they are a nice to have. Number 8, fireplaces. Have you ever seen a fireplace in a bathroom? Well, it's just another way to spend money on your luxury bathroom. A fireplace in a bathroom is undeniably dramatic and gives you romantic, cozy spa vibes. I love the detailing on this traditional fireplace by Jillian Dubin. In a space with so much water, balancing out the vibe with a fire element just makes sense. I will say, it does seem a bit hazardous. Like, what if you accidentally slip and fall into the fire, or you're just throwing off your clothes and you don't notice that one lands in the fire? Plus, I'm going to be honest, and I don't think people with fireplaces in their bathroom use them. I guess if you're rich enough to have your assistant bring in the firewood and light the fire for you, maybe? Either way, At least it looks nice. And fireplaces might be a terrible idea and a waste of money, but for me, they're S tier because I am always freezing, and I do think they're charming. Now, we have 2 more terrible ideas left, but I want to take this moment to ask you, if you like this video style and you do want me to make more, please leave a comment or subscribe. Number 9, sauna in the bathroom. Okay, so now we are putting an entire sauna inside the bathroom because apparently a shower wasn't relaxing enough. Look, I get it. Having a sauna at home sounds incredible. No gym membership, ultimate relaxation, and all the health benefits. But here's what nobody tells you. Your bathroom is already the most humid room in your house. Now you're adding a box that creates extreme heat and steam. That moisture has to go somewhere, and it could go straight into your walls. If it's not correctly waterproofed, we're talking potential mold nightmares, rotting wood, destroyed drywall, and the installation, $20,000 to $40,000 easy. You need dedicated electrical, special ventilation systems, and waterproofing that would make a submarine jealous. Oh, and running this thing every day, your electric bill definitely just went up a bunch. Oh, and to get the most benefits from your sauna, you need a cold plunge, right? Where are you gonna put that, huh? I mean, I really think that the better place for a sauna is adjacent to a pool and a cold plunge, not in a primary bathroom. If you do want a sauna, do be prepared to fork over extra for experienced installers who do get the waterproofing right. Or a small infrared sauna might be a good choice if you want health benefits with less hassle. I'm going to give saunas a B tier because I do think they are pretty cool if you can do them right. Number 10, giant skylights. Oh wow, look at this. A giant skylight right over the shower. Natural light. You can see the stars while you wash. It's like bathing in nature. This is a luxury bathroom goal for so many people. And it's also potentially a disaster if you do it wrong. The problems, leaks are super common with cheap installation. That beautiful sunlight brings UV rays that fade everything and overheat your bathroom. And if you don't choose the right glass, a large skylight can turn your bathroom into a greenhouse in the summer and an ice castle in the winter. But if you are going to do it, here's how to do it right. Get a high quality, properly installed skylight from actual professionals, not your buddy's cousin. Make sure the glass thickness and specifications are appropriate for your climate and situation. Add electric shades or frost options for privacy and heat control. Make sure you've got excellent ventilation to handle the extra heat and prevent condensation. And honestly, consider a smaller skylight or a tubular one instead of a massive glass ceiling. You'll still get that natural light without turning your bathroom into a leaky greenhouse. Done right? With the right budget? Amazing. A tier. Done cheap? You'll regret it every time it rains. Now, here's the final rankings. Just a reminder, just because something looks nice and luxurious does not mean it is practical or livable. See you next time.